What is up, Pyromaniacs? Pyrostasis here. We are back in the world of Beyond Reality, and we've made some progress. You notice this place is looking a little empty. Reason it is looking empty is we haven't moved. We still have the Botania stuff over here. I will be moving this shortly, just not quite yet. We have finished the first part of the silo. It's still a work in progress, but the majority of it's done. Cyrus has done an amazing job. I basically told her what I wanted, gave her the book series that this is built on, and she's had some fun with it. But this is the silo here. You can see there are some cameras right there. If you've ever seen or read the series, then you'll kind of understand what the cameras are for. And for extra realism, she even kind of made the windows all dirty because nobody's been sent out to clean them recently. So for those of you guys who've actually read the book, you'll get the joke there. But we've got a nice little. Let me go ahead and turn the sound up. I was watching some TV while mining because you mine forever on this. And I'm not hearing any sound, which means my headset is probably broke. One sec. All right, now I can hear again. Let's get that sound tweaked to where it's not at an atrocious level. There we go. So we've got the double doors. That gives us an airlock. Again, part of the book. There's no flame nozzles in there, but you can kind of pretend those things on the side are flame nozzles. You know, kind of. This is the top floor. We do have some rungs going up there that we had going into a hatch, but the mod that has the hatch is bugged. So we had to kind of make do. This right here is Icy's room. He's got his nice little quilt, but he does sleep alone. That's why he only has half a quilt. He's got his little sword stand and his little cannon over there. This one right over here, the glorious blue room, is mine. I like the little privacy curtains. That's where I can have my extracurricular activities and privacy. And then this is Cyrus's bed with her multicolored eye pain. What is that? A comforter? Really cool thing about this is, when Cyrus invites me over, we can have a little privacy here. Yeah. See? Isn't that fucking cool? I love that. So that is the residential quarter, so to speak. Okay. Let me get down over here. As far as I know, we don't have anything in that one. This will be the next floor. This is where all the food and stuff is. We have our kitchen area over here that's actually full of food and such. We have a microwave here that actually works, which is kind of cool. So for instance, do I have anything I can cook here that we haven't cooked already? I don't think you can cook carrots, can you? Yeah, I don't think we have anything to cook. I'm a little bummed. Wait, cooked mutton, cooked pork. Damn it, they cooked everything already. Those sons of bitches. All right, well, I was going to cook you guys something to show you guys the coolness, but apparently I can't. But we also have a toaster. We have a blender. I don't know if the blender actually blends. We have our refrigerator here. Just a lot of really cool things. We have our dining room here, which kind of has some doors. These doors, sadly, just didn't look right in the middle, so we put them on the sides. But we got a seating for 4, so we can invite one of you guys over. Maybe you can be IC's +1. This is our sitting room where we can hang out, watch TV. Check out the clock. That's my favorite. I really like the clock. I think that's awesome. It makes a little ticking noise. And right here, we have the bathrooms. So, everybody has a little bit of privacy. You can step in here, shut the gate, nothing bad. Toilets even work. And Cyrus's favorite part. See? I think it's disturbing, but she didn't ask me. Shower works too. You can step in here, you can pulse that out, and it'll pour water on you. Really cool little setup. And then when you want to leave, you just walk over close. So those are the floors that Cyrus has worked really hard on the past couple days. I think she's done a pretty good job. All right, so we're gonna come on downstairs. I did a shit ton of mining. Literally, I've probably mined 2 or 3 hours today. Is this the same kind of ore? I don't think it is. No, this is soapstone. Damn it. Yeah, we have a lot of soapstone here, which is nice, but soapstone I think soapstone is it iron? I forget what soapstone turns into. Soapstone turns into, whoops, I guess it would help if I clicked off. Soapstone turns into crushed soapstone ore, which turns into, I guess, some centrifugal shit, which we're not into yet. So no idea what it does. Apparently it's a more advanced ore. But we do have a ton of it here. We built our silo in apparently a massive Mondo room. These are the bottom two floors. Now, the bottom floor down here is going to be the power production room. So we're going to have all of our steam boilers, all of our steam production, and et cetera, down here. And then up a floor is going to be where we're going to do our processing and have some of our machines. So right now our processing is pretty basic because we don't have anything set up. We do have the steel factory over there, which is producing some steel. And we will be adding 2 more blast furnaces here in a bit. We just don't have the stuff for it quite yet because copper is still pretty rare for us. So this malachite ore stuff, that's what I've been using to get my copper with. The problem with the process is, let's divide it into 4. We put the copper in here, which then gives us copper ingots, which we then have to grind in the grinder, which will give us copper dust, which we then combine with tin powder to get bronze. So it's kind of a lengthy process. Actually, I want to pull this stuff out because I have a feeling we aren't going to need that anymore. I don't know why I just did that. Actually, kind of silly of me. Pull that out. There we go. We will put these 4 in here. It shouldn't take me too terribly long to do this. Okay, so what we're going to be doing and working on today is, first off, we're going to work on a macerator. And then, if we're capable, we're going to work on a furnace. Both of those are going to be steam powered. They're going to be the lowest tiers. We'll eventually work up to the higher tiers. But for now, that's what we're dealing with. And I love watching this. Look at the copper dust right there. You see it? You see it? Okay, it changed. I love that little change. It's my favorite. All right, so we'll put that there. It gives us that. It's going to give us an extra 3 bronze dust, and we'll just put that in there and let that process for now. Okay, so for what we're going to be doing here, I think we are going to need at least 1 furnace. We'll keep that on us. Where is it? Okay, so we're going to need 2 iron. Then I need some cobblestone, which I think is going to be over at Icy's base now that I think about it. Yeah, and I don't think we have any redstone here. I don't know if we have any redstone at all. I don't think I've seen... Ah, thank God. Okay, whew. Got a little worried there. Okay, so Icy's going to have all the stuff over at his little base. I don't think I've shown you guys on YouTube Icy's area. Icy lives in a garage. Yeah, it's kind of sad, really. Like, I was all excited. You know, when you see it, you'll understand. But he basically lives in the equivalent of a garage mole man, which is kind of sad. Kind of sad. I thought he was going to live in this base over here, but apparently this base is too good for him. So he decided to move over here. And it's kind of hidden by this giant tree, which is why I've never seen it. But it's up here. Doesn't that look awesome? It looks kind of cool out here. I like it. You know, you're like, wow, this is impressive, bro. And then you open it up and you're like, oh, really, dude? Really? That's... Oh, okay. Yeah, I need out. Please. Please. Oh, son of a bitch. I do like the door. I think the door is kind of cool, but I think I should kick Icy out and put like my spaceship in there or something, and then we can park that. I think it just makes more sense that way. You know, Icy can hang out in this little room over here anyway, right? All right, so I'm gonna steal pretty much the last little bit of his wood. I guess I'll be a nice guy and I'll only steal half of it, and I'll put this one back. So there you go. You can have that back, but I'm keeping the 32. I've already burned like most of his wood. I kind of feel like a dick stealing his wood, but we needed some charcoal over in the old factory, and we were running dry, so I kind of burned like most of his wood to turn it into charcoal. Eventually we'll have some coal coke ovens, and we'll be using those to make coal coke with. That'll last hopefully substantially longer, but for now we pretty much got to burn the trees at least until we get to the coal coke level. Now I haven't looked at coal coke ovens, or coke ovens, I guess I should say. I don't know if the makers of this mod pack or if Greg Tech has changed either or. I'm pretty sure they're going to be changed, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so we've got all the stuff we need. We got our little crafting bench over here. We need 2 pistons, so we'll go ahead and sort all these out. So we're going to go 1, 2, and then we'll do bam, bam, and then bam, bam. Where's our cobblestone? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And I guess I fucked that up. There we go. So that's our 2 pistons. That's our 2 pistons. Now for the other part, I'm going to have to probably find our chisel for this part. This is... Wow, actually, no. No, we don't. Okay. I'm pretty sure we're going to lose our hammer here pretty quick. Because we're getting kind of low, actually. I don't think this is going to survive. We'll try. Nope. I was pretty much right. It's not going to survive, but that's fine. I don't know if we have another hammer here. Do we? There's our chisel. Where's my file? Are we really out of my... Oh my god, I guess I am out of files. Well, that is kind of a pain in the ass. Oh well, it is what it is. All right, so we're going to need another hammer. And I think we're going to need another chisel here in a minute anyway, but that's fine. We'll just make do with this. Okay, so we put this in the center. And we run all of these around the outside, and that gives us our bronze hull. There we go. Then we need to make some small bronze things, and this is where we're going to need our wrench and our hammer. Thankfully, we've got both of those, but we're a little short on the plates. We need 6, so I need 4 more, I think it is. There we go. That gives us our 6. Put you down here. Where's our wrench? Put you up top, and boom. Boom. Thankfully, this gives us 6. We only need 4, so it does give us a little extra. These are, however, the smallest pipes, so I don't know how well we're going to do long term with this, but we'll see. All right, so we put this here, put you in the middle. Boom, 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 and there we go. Now we have our first steam macerator. Now we do have these 2 small pipes. I don't think we're going to keep these pipes, at least, and use them for this. I think we're going to move up to the steam furnace. As you can see, we are going to need some more of these, but we're also going to need a bronze bricked thing. So we're going to need, what, 3, 4, 5? 5 more plates. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Put you up there. That gives us our 5 plates. And then we need the bricks. Now, do I have the bricks with me here? Or have they been vanished? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Not too shabby. Perfect. Put those over here. I think it's what, like that. And then we put the hammer here and bronze over the... Whoops, no, not bronze, not bronze, not bronze. As I just throw all the bronze on the ground. Brilliant. Brilliant. There we go. There's our bricks. Pick these up. Okay, so we are going to need another batch of the little small bronze cables. Thankfully not too terribly many, but still going to need 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we put the hammer up. Boom. Down. Up. You guys can kind of get a feel for how expensive these recipes are. They are rather ridiculous. I guess it's part of the fun, or the challenge, I guess I should say. I mean, it kind of depends on where your head's at, but either way, it's all in good fun. There we go. Wait, what's wrong? What am I doing wrong here? Oh, please don't tell me I just made the wrong things. No, I didn't. What the hell? Small bronze fluid. These are all small bronze, and that is a furnace, and that's a brick bronze hull. What the shit? Okay, I guess it just bugged out. All right, well, guess I'm not going to complain too much. Not going to complain too much. All right, so now we have these small bronze fluid pipes. We're going to need bigger pipes than that. So let's go ahead and do bronze. Well, let's just, well, wait, there they are actually. Bronze. We aren't going to be able to make this one because this one requires an extruder, which we don't have yet. But we are going to make this one right here. So we need, let's see, 1, 2, 3. We're going to need 3 of these. So 6 times 3 is probably more than we have, because that's going to be 8. That's going to give us enough for 2. So we're going to have to go with this one right here. So we need, we have enough for, wait, does that give me more than 1? Yeah, it gives me 2. So we're actually going to have to go with this one, which is small. Jesus Christ. Okay, well, I guess we're just going to do this one for now. I just don't have enough resources for that one. Actually, you know, we can handle this. We can handle this. So we're going to go ahead and do the big, or the secondary big one. The reason I'm doing this one is, well, no, we aren't going to be able to do that one, are we? Because I do have to grind them up. Yeah, so we'll have to do the medium-sized one. That's, what, 2,400 liters? That's 4,800 liters. 2,400 liters should be enough, I think. All right, let's put the hammer up. Where's the hammer? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Pull you out. We're saving those for now. Put you there. Put you there. We just basically have to get started with maceration, and then we can kind of get picky from there. All right, so we've got this. We've got all of these. Let's come over here and... Whoa. Get back over here. I didn't tell you guys you could go home. All right, grab this, and we're going to head down to our little steam boiler here. Now, eventually, we'll be running pipes from here up above, but for now, we're just going to be running like this. So we want the steam macerator first, and then we want this, okay? So you can see we've got this. We got him going. We're going to need some water in this guy. I guess that's the one thing I didn't think about. Do we have our buckets up here? I know I have 2 buckets somewhere. The question is, where did we put them? They may be back upstairs. Okay, give me a couple minutes to find our buckets and we'll pick up there. All right, so we now have our little water supply here. So what we want to do is we want to put a ton of water in here because you don't want it to be in a cold or not. You can't dump water into a hot boiler. It ends badly for you. It ends very badly. Well, maybe not for you, but definitely for the boiler and anybody standing nearby. So you can kind of see how much progress we're making here. This is a very thirsty boiler. There we are. Come on, computer. There we are. All right, so we're full. We're full at this point. All right, so we are going to go ahead and put the copper in. Or not the copper, but the charcoal. I don't know if charcoal will work on this. Ah, yes, it is. You can see it's starting to wind up. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect it here and here. Now that should put steam in here for us. It's going to take a few minutes for it to get there, but we should eventually get some steam. Now the nice thing is, macerating up here, we're going to be macerating the monazite ore. This monazite ore is going to give us copper. So we're going to be getting the equivalent of 80 copper out of this, which is absolutely beautiful. We just have to get this up to the point to where it will produce steam, which shouldn't be too far. The question is, can one of these right here fuel this right here? And I don't know. We may have to have multiples of these. I do know that that these are going to be fairly hungry, and I wouldn't be surprised if one boiler is not quite enough to run all the machines that we want. I've literally never used these. These are a completely different setup for us, and we'll just kind of have to see how it does. So looking here, we should be getting fairly close. If I remember, it's like right about here, maybe a little higher, that we start getting some steam. And I believe that is connected. I believe. So I'm really hoping that we're going to see something here in just a second. Okay, heat's jumping up. Come on now, work for Papa Pyro here. Now I don't know what these two. Oh, you can hear it. It's working. It's working. We're now producing steam. Good Lord, that is fucking loud and kind of slow. I mean, definitely not the slowest thing in the world, but definitely not the fastest either. Yep. So I'm assuming that this requires like a fixed amount of steam to go. And I'm assuming as this heats up, it will produce more and more steam. That's at least the way the Railcraft boilers work. I'm assuming Greg Tech is going to be much in the same. It just would make sense because obviously as something gets hotter, you can flash boil things faster. So you can see that we are basically out of power at this point. And it'll take a couple minutes for this to kick back on. But the good news is we are now able to mass produce double doors, which I'm very happy with. And I'm assuming this means not enough steam. I'm assuming. I am a little confused now by that. I don't know why it's erroring out on me. Huh. Only thing I can think of is just not producing enough steam, but there should be plenty in there. Huh. Well, either way, we'll get it figured out eventually. I am looking forward to this, though. I'm going to have to be very, very careful from here on to make sure that our little boiler here stays in water. Otherwise, when this thing heats up, if you run out of water here, you can't put any more water back into it. Once it empties out, I mean, you can put water in it before it empties out, but once it empties out, you're screwed because you're basically dumping water into a hot boiler, and bad things will happen. Very, very gnarly bad things will happen. So anyways, guys, now we've got our basics set up. We're going to go ahead and duplicate all of these ores. You guys can see right here that we can turn this ore into copper nuggets. Oh, wow. Please. Please tell me it's not like that. We're going to have to double smelt it. Oh, my God. So once we get done with this, we then have to resmelt it here, which will give us another batch, and then we just keep going from there. That's going to be heinous. That is going to be absolutely heinous. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys liked it. In the next video, we will expand on our little setup here, probably making more boilers and more boilers until we get to the point where we have enough production to quickly and easily grind up all of our stuff. And eventually, we're going to be moving on to the higher tech machines, the bigger and better macerators, which will hopefully work a little bit better for us. And we'll see what happens there. Anyways, guys, hopefully you guys like this video and are enjoying the series. If you do, please slap that like button. Make sure you subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next clip.